In terms of the meeting itself, let's talk about the different types of structures. First of all, the morning is a great time to start your meeting. Many companies have a after lunch meeting, and people are already absorbed in their day. They might be missing lunch. There's just a tremendous amount of reasons to have things in the mornings. In terms of duration, we've all probably heard about executive meetings that last all day or half a day, and think for yourself how effective you are in a meeting like that, and how valuable and efficient that is for your time. So recommendations typically for best practices are 90 minutes, depending on the organization. Sure, that may stretch to 2 hours, but really that's typically considered the maximum amount of time. And if you've just got more issues to discuss, one way to get around that is to have a more frequent meeting, but rotate the topics. So you're not discussing the same, you're not getting a status update on every single thing or department on every meeting. Maybe you skip around and, every third meeting finance gives an update, for example, and that can help bring down the time for each meeting. Some of these, I hope, are obvious for most of the people attending today. Certainly you want to distribute the agenda several days in advance. Again, your ground rules and your expectations is that there's tremendous amount of preparation. And how can you prepare if you don't know what the agenda is ahead of time? We'll go through this in a little bit more detail in another slide, but focus on presentations first. If it's a status update or you're hearing from different people, do that at the beginning and then have the discussion afterwards. It's also important to capture notes of a meeting and have that done in real time. Have some type of administrative assistant participate in the meetings so that notes are up on a large monitor or screen so that everyone can see them and everyone can, that will help keep the meeting moving forward and have it be very efficient. I'll say this, I think, again later, but we're down here, committees in nonprofits are very effective, and nonprofits and some government organizations can certainly run a meeting somewhat efficiently with Robert rules, and not all executive teams do that. So there are some ways where you can emulate that and take some good best practices from there. So, in the situation where there's a problem or a significant issue, then acknowledge it early on, but handle it offline, perhaps in a committee, unless it really does involve everyone in terms of making a decision. Again, when you have the whole executive team together, the focus should be on decisions that the company needs to make.